Easter, what a weekend. What a weekend. If you're not hand clapping right now, you probably should be. Way to go, team. Way to go, arts team, video team, production, bands, kids. Oh my goodness. We had overflow on Sunday at the 11:30, shorter service times. I mean, good night. Easter was unreal, and Good Friday on top of that. So if you're walking into today, Tuesday, Wednesday, still feeling a little tired, you should expect that. Like, that's normal, okay? I also heard a post that said sometimes church staff experience like a mild depression after Easter. And part of that is just because they lack the endorphins that come along with a big new challenge. And so if you just feel like you're just a little sluggish, a little foggy brain, don't be too hard on yourself or where you're at. It's normal. And we also need to pay attention to that kind of work balance. So if hopefully you were able to enjoy some time on Monday, and if not, enjoy some time on Friday, or you're scheduling some intentional space to just get the RPMs back down to like an operational level instead of like an Easter level. We cannot maintain that over weeks and months and weeks and months. And so you and we have to learn how to individually manage the RPMs, if you will, of our body, mind, and soul through any sort of work, but specifically ministry. So pay attention to that. If you need to schedule a little PTO, talk to your supervisor about the right time to do that. Because I know some of you're already stepping into what's next, and that's good. But we just want to make sure that we're not continuing to operate at this level, because that will lead to a crash at some point. And so you want to kind of move in and out of those rhythms. I'm really excited about what God has accomplished through Easter. 278 hands is pretty special. Over 17,000 people experiencing Easter. That puts Cedar Creek in some rare air. I mean, there's not a lot of churches that experience that around the nation. And even in history. So it's pretty special that we get to enjoy that. But what I'd like to anchor ourselves in are some of the life change stories that we've experienced. So take some time as a team to look for them, to celebrate them, and to share them with not just with you, but with the people around you. I've got 3 or 4 individuals that showed up at Easter services that I was excited to see, and I hope God continues to show up in their life. A couple of them indicated potentially, I think I saw one hand of somebody that I recognize. It just creates a special moment where, it feels like somebody made a first-time decision to follow Jesus. We still have a couple friends that haven't done that yet, and we're a part of Easter. And so it keeps us prayerful and leaning in. That's all part of the adventure. But one of the ways that we don't allow Easter to just become a spiritual sugar rush is we want to make sure that we're seeing and celebrating and sharing where God is writing his story in our church and through you. So take some time to do that, journal about it, talk about it this weekend, help your team and the people you interact with see that they're a part of what God is doing here. That's pretty important, and it's pretty special. This weekend we kick off Your Journey, and we are going to talk about how following Jesus is not just knowing about him, and how Jesus wants to be the leader in every area of our life. Following Jesus isn't passive, but it isn't also full of pressure where you have to get it right, and if you fail, God's going to be disappointed in you. It's really about being responsive to God. And so we're going to start talking through the Your Journey portion of our app, what it means to be fully devoted to Jesus, and I think this content and the timing of it is pretty cool. Right after Easter, the ambitious project of creating a digital resource to help people learn and live out these truths in their life. It's a big project. I know we don't have it perfect yet, but I'm excited to introduce that to our church and to you in hopes that more and more people will say yes and see where Jesus is inviting them to take a step in their journey as well. So excited to kick that off this weekend. I will be in Greece starting on Thursday for about a week. I'm going to be looking at some of the sites of the first century churches. We're investigating what an experience trip like this could look like in the future. And so I'll be excited to share with you some of those stories when I get back. But in the meantime, rest well, celebrate well, and And as we lean into this next series, we can do so with just like lower some of the intensity, but continue to stay intentional with the mission and the work that God has before us. I'm proud of all of you. I am thankful for all of you. And I'm still in awe of what God continues to do in and through our church. And so, yeah, God, let's celebrate that together. I'll see you soon.